washed away, like it was yesterday, like it was yesterday.
You ever had that feeling like, how in the world they do this here to you? When you held them down so tight and then they lose your grip for slapping you, take jabs at you, but stabbing to abusiveness. Just shoot me then, obvious you miss me when that bullet hits. I'm used to this, from outside now I'm forward. Under the roof I'm in, I'm broken down, like the walls won't let another human in to ruin this. Head is spinning sick, I got no room for this. Repair myself in my foundation, I might lose both screws unfixed. A lover get you killed, and also family will destroy what friends reveal. Colors like a yellow rare, when they told the boys that blue, I green from white and left me here with an orange suit. You know what it feels like behind the fence for years. Guess you're feeling when you're feeling down and out like a ref. The signaling count on me to best to bring it in this fight. No risk for breathing hard was out on chest of sleeves and roll. The most our wrist was bleeding. Can't be suicidal. Give the life again. My presence needed.
I remember pain and the tears that I washed away, like it was yesterday, like it was yesterday. Memories they last and the scars don't fade away. But that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
I feel I'm trying my best, but listen, quiet is kept. Sometimes I cry with stress, but show no signs, not deaf. I see when I'm a mess, instincts but striving best. When have our fight makes sense, figured out 9 times out of 10. Forgive myself, but there's one thing forever I'll regret. I miss my firstborn, no work for that time I spent. Could never make up for the crime, but paying this time invest, so he can profit with his siblings. That's good time being spent. Till then, with my intellect, he's sharpening like a knife for the edge. So I'ma cut my piece of pie, mind on my slice comprehend. A blessed with strength through tested times, I lift this hospital flex. But carry heavy burdens, demons exercise, never rest. But tired of the struggle, when you push and witness no results. What's worse than empty pockets? Seeing the man in the mirror, broken low, and the total on roll over. Hold my shoulders swore from holding up so long, although sometimes I sure just need a break. Go for broke.
I remember pain and the tears that I washed away, like it was yesterday, like it was yesterday. Memories they last and the scars don't fade away. But that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
Like King Kong and defeating monsters, in me they conquered. Get cheated largest, got even also. I'm beating odds and believe I'm all one too. I hit this combo swinging harder. Constant battles keep on talking. See me trip with thinks I'm falling. Soldier getting out of line before he will falling. While I speak of falling or I read of falling. Not breathing more than night became dark depression deepest somber. Sad but happy that they got their piece, their portions up there because down here young and seasoned. Salty greedy life ain't sweet to swallow. Spit this out of balls that's released proceeding. All when things repeat and start again. I'ma keep on marching till the beat my feet and stop it. Up the beating hard and down my speakers peaked in volume. Levels reach beyond, but history can pause. This flavor on that note, I find a way to sing a song and don't stop. Just keep recording the message to myself. Everything is all good.
I remember pain and the tears that I washed away, like it was yesterday, like it was yesterday. Memories they last and the scars don't fade away. But that was yesterday. That was yesterday. I remember pain and the tears that I washed away, like it was yesterday, like it was yesterday, like it was yesterday. Memories they last and the scars don't fade away, don't fade away. But that was yesterday, that was yesterday, that was yesterday, that was yesterday.
Singing my song and feeling like I'm myself again. My song and feeling like I'm myself again.
Full steam ahead to the game as I charge. To make my way, give me space cause I launch. And taking off like a vacation, I'm gone. And dedicated, moving forth, no chasing bars. But I put me first, the second I entered, I run it. I crawl before I walk the border, step in the mess, in the mud, in the dirt, the worst the journey cuts. But the blessings still coming, the Libra, find a balance, not the whole. Just felons and judges, haters love to see it fail. Giving none the satisfaction, they can learn to swallow pride. Since they mouth open wide, never proud. When I get angry, uppercut them, they keep jabbing. But the time to live a punches, word to hook, control the mind. That's writing my song, could be writing some wrongs, but I'm writing my song. When I'm writing some wrongs, if I put up the mic, I'm torn. So I stood up as I performed, I should have been like rewarded something good if your life is norm. Y'all can look at the lightning storm, striking sugar, the frightening war. And all of you non-believers finally seeing the truth like word is born. Read the minute chapter, page of the paper, swinging the mighty sword. Flip the script, the rhythm I hit the beat, you're feeling me strike a chord. Work the rhythms for life, we'll set them alike. Do pitiful strife and poor, pay the criminal price, spending the nights, 1/4 the time some more. Now vision the light and you're feeling the vibe. My lyrical mind is giving me fight, invisible light. Symphony high and risen the heights to soar.
I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. Singing my song and feeling like I'm myself again. My song and feeling like I'm myself again.
I was in the darkness, looking for that spark hit. That's like wool rubbing on the carpet, don't start lit. Mad as shit, heartless, rhythmless, heartless. Piece of a puzzle with no puzzle, still regardless. Chew through the muzzle, guzzled everything, I'm heartless. Give me anything and I'm the pain, my soul is starving. Marvin asked for mercy, so who am I to pardon? 2-4 on the jersey, ain't when I'm feeling swervy. 2 when I'm feeling worthy, legacy too early. Like Big Game James first, that's real dirty. Wig got stressed, now I'm delirious like Murphy. Raw to the core, living off his grace and mercy. Pain I endured made the water dark and murky. Cain I secured made the ones who hate me thirsty. I'm otherworld and earthly, when back in rhythm stirred. Let them hit them like the R, I came alive to have the high. My algorithm is my God, knowledge I possess my wide. Acknowledge I'm a lightning rod, my name not time, but ladies love me, babies hug me. The 80s called me, said they want their swag back. Sorry, you can't have that, it's how I found my way back. Since way back, when G was on the track, banging lunch tables. Sleep in peace, my friend, till we meet again, I run the table. Cain and Abel, very able, blood springs for resurrection. Longing for a real connection, walking in the right direction.
I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. Singing my song and feeling like I'm myself again. My song and feeling like I'm myself again.
All right, y'all. We are here for another amazing episode of Let's Get Activated podcast. You already know I'm Samantha Lavelle, but we've got a twofer in for tonight. You know, we've got the amazing, DaveO The Descendant, and we got Mike Steele in the building.
Yo, what up?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
We good. How you doing?
Oh, doing good. Blessed. Definitely welcome to episode 85 of Let's
85.
Get Activated. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get activated with the hardest working person in the game. Samantha, thank you for having us. We appreciate you. And thank you all my peoples out there. I see TJ, my boy Samuel, D is in the building, my daughter, Tiara, Emily is in the house, my main man, his Hash is in the building. So we appreciate everyone coming out and supporting, and appreciate you having us on this incredible platform.
Oh man, no, appreciation, is from me to you guys too, very humbled, appreciate everybody that's pulling up. This is definitely going to be a dope one. We were just we were kind of waiting and stuff. We were vibing to some really, some dope music from, both of you. We have Yesterday from Mike Steele, and of course we have Back in Rhythm. Do you, gentlemen, want to kind of break down the premise of the songs and the visuals?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start off with Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So that one, when I made that song, it wasn't originally to that beat. It was kind of crazy. It was just kind of a beat to my producer, Ian Knox. I think Hash in the prior episode with his. Shout out to Hash, of course, appreciate hooking all this up. We would never happen without, knowing y'all. But I made it to a beat that wasn't even like fully made, and my producer and I told him like, "Yo, like I had this really dope idea I want to make," and I don't. It just because I write a lot of songs, especially with singing, but I wish I could sing, but I can't. So I write a lot of stuff and everything. So it just came to me, but then I just thought it was really dope, and he heard it, and he just remade the whole thing with it, and I just really love the feel of it. Obviously, and, with the music, with the lyrics, everything, I always make sure that I spit stuff like that. It is like factual based, so a lot of that stuff was kind of personal to me and stuff. And I just never made a song that was so personal it hit me. And then I reached out to my old videographer from back in the days. His name is Nate Latier. He used to be really big out in CO making everybody's videos, but he kind of like chilled out. But I reached out to him and he really like felt the song. So, but now he's kind of doing like more movie type stuff and everything. So you notice that we was able to do that, and it was dope that we brought Hash and Knowledge and everybody else, Lola, Vinny T, and everybody, all the homies and stuff. And we just came up with that idea with it. And then I was telling, the whole idea, the whole video is basically like obviously me, and I'm like in a therapy session. I'm just thinking about, and they kind of represent stuff that happened in my past, and they're kind of in their own way and stuff like that. And really, they were just all in my imagination. And I'm trying to work out my demons and stuff like that. And that's why at the end I'm by myself. And that was my demons. Like they kind of represented the thought with that, but what I was talking about through the song. And that's how it came about. But it came out really dope, like a movie. The whole setup was like you know how we do videos a lot. You get the videographer, like with the cameras and everything. But we had the whole setup, like a whole crazy thing. Like everybody was like, "Well, I didn't even expect this." But Nate is really professional with it. He's always into that movie type stuff. So it came out really dope like that, and I was actually pretty impressed how he did that. So it brought everything to life. And then with the back and rhythm, during that time, I had just hooked up with Dave, and he had the song in mind. He had the beat and everything, and we wanted to do the song together. And we just collab with that. Like I said, I wrote the hook and everything to that, and we were coming up ideas together and stuff. That's how that came about. And we went to Johnny Rockets, somebody that Hash out introduced us to as well.
Johnny Rockets.
So
no, that man is crazy with it.
Yeah, so we did that, and we all collabed on the ideas with that, so it was pretty cool. But I like the song idea because we both come from hip hop backgrounds and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make a song just feeling the vibe with the music and stuff like that. Music just kind of like, I feel like, we're back in rhythm on your own music again, So that's how I came with that.
Yeah, so for me, back in rhythm was it was a little different for me. It was me getting back into the game because I've been in this for a minute, and I took a hiatus, a long hiatus, so I could be a daddy, and be a family man. And I wasn't able to do both at the same time back then because, I just didn't have that ability to balance back then. But everything happens at the right time. Everything happens for a reason. So, I still had that itch, every night when I went to bed, I'm dropping a rhyme in my head, freestyling. So I knew I still had it. It was just a matter of getting back into the game. And, I met Steele at the studio. He engineered, my tracks, and then Ian Knox, where you at? Probably in the supermarket or something shopping. But Knox hit me up with, all the beats that's on the upcoming album, and they mastered the songs as well. So got a mini company right here that engineers, mixes, masters your work. And then my man ACTIVAT, the product, doing the covers on all the singles. So big shout out to ACTIVAT. And then being around just MCs, being around Steel, being around Hash, Knowledge, Vinny T, you get your skills back to where they need to be. So back in rhythm was about getting back to this level, a place where honestly I didn't even know if it was possible. I'm confident in myself, but it's a different world, it's a different game. I didn't know if it was gonna, if I was gonna be accepted, but at the end of the day, it comes down to, if people are feeling it and it comes from here, they're gonna feel it no matter what era you're coming from.
That's right. That's a fact. I mean, with both, both songs and visuals, incredible. Mike Steele, you have the important message out there that I'm sure resonates with a lot of people, a lot of personal things, and you were very transparent with it in the video. It definitely told a story. There's some things in the video I can relate to, even the memorial part too, it really got to me, so it's deep. It's deep. It's dope.
That's crazy with the memorial
Yeah,
thing. Some
yeah.
people ask that, but it's kind of crazy. Those pictures of those are all pictures of actually past loved ones too. So
I
we
know.
try to make everything real,
Mhm.
so those people really, it wasn't just made up. So I try to be real as possible with that. It's
I
kind of
know.
too. So trying to show love
Yeah.
to past loved ones and stuff.
Yeah, that's why that got to me because I was like, wow, you really went in on that. So definitely incredible. I think that's like my favorite video of yours, Mike, for
Thanks.
sure. And
Thank you.
definitely. And then of course, DaveO, when you two came together in that back of rhythm, I said, okay, this is hip hop. Hip hop,
Listen,
hip hop's back.
we it's all about staying sharp and staying competitive. We might, I guess we do talk about it. When we write in our joint, we gonna tell each other if it's hot, if it's trash, if we need to move on, and we definitely gonna be competitive with it when we got that pen. So I think that's what makes the product dope. And on top of that, we respect each other as people. Outside of this artist thing, that's fam right there. So that's the bottom line. If there wasn't no music, we would still be kicking it. So I think that's an important part of the puzzle when you're making a good song and trying to come together and make it happen. Big shout out to my little sis Michelle. All right, my niece Mimi, I love you. Okay, I see
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Represent. Oh, and let's not forget, big shout out to the East Side, East Harlem in the building, and Badia. Stand up. We here. Let's go.
We here, we activated, and this is a prime example of what I've been talking about people coming together, supporting each other because they can win. Because a little backstory for the crowd, I had known like Dave at the time, I had known Mike through Hash, and I was like, all right, Mike, you want to get on Let's Get Activated? He was like, yeah, and then he started talking about you. He said, can we get him on the show? We got a track that we're going to be working on. I'm like, sure. So I just love how unselfish you were and, just supporting your brother, letting me get tapped in with him too, because he's just as dope. And, this is why we're here full circle. This is what it's about.
Yeah, I'm always been like that. I've always tried to, say that's one thing. Like supporting my boys, Hash right here, his stuff, Survival 7. Make sure y'all check that out. But he's fam. I always support everybody, that supports me and everything. And so I always make sure I've always been like that, never been selfish, just trying to make sure everybody get their shine, whatever I can. So
that's a fact. That's 100%.
I feel like more should be like that. People should be supporting each other, especially with this in the game. It's always like a crab in the bucket mentality. Sometimes they can keep people down. So I feel like keeping this going is like more supportive and hopefully it'll motivate others too with that type of mentality.
Definitely. When I was doing the flyer, I was smiling through the whole thing. I'm like, this is dope right here. It's about to be two of them on together. That's great. It's just a great thing.
And we got some other joints coming your way that's already recorded. So we got the remix to the Feel Good song. The Feel Good song is out there, but the remix is blazing. So that's coming. You already know Still did the hook on Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Just dropped Summer like 2 weeks ago. So who knows what's gonna happen down the line as far as a collab, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know plenty more to come, and you both have, been doing a whole lot of music. I was just picking music that had some visuals, but I know more visuals are coming. I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's coming. They coming.
Yeah,
it's in the works. It's off. We always working.
Yeah.
Definitely. And so I got to get to, the kind of the backstory of how you both started out, in music and with everything you're doing. Whoever wants to go first, just, I guess I should say, where did you find your love for hip hop, or how did you fall in love with hip hop?
So with me, I'm originally from NY. I was born in NY upstate. I lived in NY for a little bit, and I ain't been there in a while. I'll say that, but I've never lost it. Giants fan, all that stuff. Never forgot that. But the thing is, I remember just listening growing up to just from the old stuff like LL and even Run DMC and all that. And it was kind of crazy because I was always around brothers and Puerto Ricans and stuff like that. I just always listening to hip hop. I was kind of where I stood out because obviously I'm Asian. So it was just kind of weird, but I was didn't grow up, just grow up just like them, stuff around there. I was just in that neighborhood all the time. So that's when I started liking hip hop, and it just resonated with me really tough. And I just never stopped. And I started expanding besides just New York hip hop. Going to then when I came out here, eventually moved to Colorado. I met a lot of West Coast cats, and some of my best friends are from Cali, and they gave me some more of the that influence from there too as well. So I just come with a mixture from both. So it's kind of crazy. So I had like East Coast and West Coast influence, and then my producer is from the Midwest. He's from St. Louis, Ian Knox. So that's just what me would. So I know I can kind of sound like a little bit different, but I feel like I fit in a little bit here and there with everything. That's with me and all that. And then on my journey on the way, I started learning how to work the studio. It was kind of crazy. The engineer noticed I had a knack for it. Like I started picking up really fast. And I was just kind of interested. Like it'd be kind of dope if I could just do it myself because I'm tired of like depending on people. So I just really started learning on that. And then doing that, that actually helped me started meeting up a lot of people and stuff like that. So like not this recent music, but before though, because I had stopped in the game for a while. I got into some legal troubles. I'm not gonna get into that. But before that, you know, working in the studio was able to hook me up with people like I have a track back then from even Murder Mook. People kind of trip out with that. I have a track with Yuck Mouth, and then back then when they were popping and stuff like that. And then I started hooking up with a lot of strange music artists before they left, but they were signed. And it just got me going. But staying in the studio working and stuff. But with me though, I just like love making tracks and just working on it. And then of course like making my own stuff. And then like I said, I had to stop, but the love never faded away. So I came back after my legal issues, and then just started working back in the studio, just making music. But then I got to meet other artists like Dave and Hash and everybody, and just going back to the same thing though. But that's what me, and I'm just making my music right now, just a passion. But I also have a passion to help others as well. I think in Hash's last podcast, like he told you, like, you know, I was there to help mix and we all mastered and stuff like that. And I like to do that for everybody that I work with, just to make them sound the best they can. Because I meet so many dope artists, it's really dope to do that and just to do projects with them. So that's what me right now. How and a little bit of history with that.
I love it. I love it. And you, Dave, what about you? You got to break it down.
Well, man, let me see. I guess, you know, the message, even when I was that little, I guess I couldn't really understand like the impact that it would have down the line, but I knew it was hot. You know, I loved the beat, loved I loved the swag, the way he rhymed. And then of course, you know, Planet Rock right around the same time, you know, all the B-boys was trying to get it in. You know, I wasn't spinning on cardboards. I couldn't do it, you know, but I was there. And then Run, you know, when Run started spitting, that's when I was like, oh, like this is something that, you know, I might want to do. There was, you know, everybody in the hood wanted to play ball or be a rapper, but I was like, you know what, I think I could really do this. So, you know, I would write a little bit here and there. And then I guess the next time where I really was like, okay, I want to do this as a career was when I went upstate in college. I went to Colgate and I met Mr. Liff. And me and Liff started, this before Liff really got on, we started rhyming together. And, you know, he was like, you know what, I'm going to drop out of school and I want to make this happen. And I was like, okay, like we really going to make this happen. But I didn't drop out. He ended up doing it as a career and, you know, a great career so far and still going. And then I met the Soul Rebels who were out in Long Island, formed a group with them as well. I had a group in New York. My boy is the MUD in the building. My boy Chris G, cello in the building. That was our first group. Then the Soul Rebels. And the Soul Rebels out of Long Island, out of Huntington. We did some work and we did some shows. Played with we was with Ziggy Marley. We were at the Wetlands. We did a show at the New Eurekan Cafe. So we were starting to make our mark, and then I started having babies, and you know, we put a pause on the music for a while, and honestly started feeling a little frustrated with where music was going at that time. Mid 90s, late 90s, 2000s. I was like, you know, I don't even know if I really want to, you know, still be a part of this, you know, but then I started really getting into the underground, and you know, it gave me hope that there was still, you know, people out there who was, you know, really spitting that thing, and that's what made me really come back was, you know, pretty much the underground spitters. I talked to my boy Liv. I hit my man Jerry up in New York. I was like, yo, is this possible? Jerry, what up? Yo, the GOAT barber out there and a great friend. I talked to my family. I was like, yo, you think it's possible for, me to get back in this? And then I had Still was like the final piece of the puzzle. He was like, yo, anything is, and we can make this happen. You got the bars, you got the skills, everything else will come. So it's been like a 2-year journey coming back, and I feel like a rookie again. I feel like I'm 17. Don't say a word. I feel like a rookie again, and it's just a great feeling. It's a great for hip hop is in a great place, right? It's a nice combination of, the spitters and the entertainers and the youth and the older heads, and hopefully, we can all come together and make this happen and level up hip hop, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's what we're here for. We're here to level it up and preserve the culture at the same time, kind of what we were talking about behind the scenes. That's what it's about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Mr. Lift.
Mercy said you look 18. Look at that.
Who said that?
Me, Mercy.
She wanted me to buy her something. That's my favorite niece out there in the building.
Hey, me.
I love you.
Aw. I guess you're gonna have to buy her something then, I guess.
Hey, anybody who tell me I look 18, I'm gonna send you some money in the mail. Yeah, put them in.
You about to go broke?
Yeah, right. About to have all the comments going like 18.
Everybody lie. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, like scratch that out. They're gonna be a little bit too activated with that now.
Yeah.
Wow. And how do you feel just about? I know you said like hip hop is at a good place, but I mean, how do you feel like overall, just with the state of hip hop, in the mainstream?
You got to take everything and you got to look at it as a whole picture, right? Like people could say, well, now it's how many followers you got, how many likes you got, how many comments, subscribe. And it's true. That's a big part of the equation, right? But we didn't have the internet before that, right? So the internet also gives you a way to get to the world, right? Without having to sell your soul to a label, right? Mm-hmm. We get to do this podcast right now. So you have to take, everything and break it down and, take the good with what might, and not necessarily the bad. Take the good with something maybe you just not feeling because it's not something that you like, but maybe there's a lot of people who do like it that way, and you just got to roll with it. You can't be that. I don't be discriminatory, but you can't be that old head rapper who, who's not willing to open your ears and open your eyes to, the world that we live in. And that's what they try to do when we were shorties, right? Like, they try to keep information from you, right? Or they wouldn't accept, what you was doing, what you do, you rebel, right? So that's all the kids are doing right now. But it's all hip hop is in a great place.
I like that. What about you, Mike? Same question.
Let me see. I guess I just see everything kind of going like in the big history cycle. I had this conversation before. It was kind of crazy. Like when hip hop first started, it was underground, never went mainstream. Nobody took it serious. And then now it's gone to the mainstream. But then, when it gets to the mainstream, things get oversaturated, sometimes watered down. But it was great to shine in the light. But now it's crazy. It's become the biggest genre. But now it's like, to me, I've always said this before. I mean, the cycle's coming now. The underground is going back to the underground. And the underground is making the dopest like it was in the beginning. To me, that's where I think the most with the independent and the underground, because now we have the opportunity to do it, especially with the internet and access to stuff and everything. And I see it going back. I mean, there's some mainstream stuff, I'm not gonna lie, that I'm not really feeling a lot like that. But obviously you can. I really like, like real hip hop. But some of that stuff really sounds like really good too. I'm not gonna knock it. I mean, dope artistry is dope artistry regardless. But I just like where it's going now, and it's coming back to where okay. But I do see it like bringing together because underground is also like mixing in what the mainstream thing is as well too. So I just kind of see that like everything is coming together is really dope, but it's coming back to full circle now. The underground is really making that the dopest music, the hardest music and stuff, and now it's coming back. And you know, hopefully everybody can get they shine on and everybody really recognize it where it came from, but the newly developed ways of how we're doing it now and how it sounds now and stuff, you know.
You mean coming back to rhythm?
Yeah. Like
Hey, hey,
yeah.
check you out. Hashtag back in rhythm. Let's start that.
Hey.
Might as well. Yep, underground finally making its way back to the top. Exactly, King Virtue. It is. You know, it's the indie. Like to me, I say the indie artist movement. It's incredible because you guys put your blood, sweat, tears, money, all of that. It's not like you got a label financing you. This is all you. So I respect that grind to the fullest.
Facts.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the easiest grind, but you're doing it.
No, it's not. No, it is not. It's hard to find, but the dope thing is you get the free will of what you get to create with your art and everything like that. That's the real thing. Nobody tells you what to make and how you make it, especially when you get your own access for your creation and stuff and everything. So that's a big part, especially like getting in the studio engineering and having everything. That's really dope to have because sometimes you got to depend on others still sometimes, and that was my big thing. I don't want to depend on nobody. I want to make sure I can do everything myself as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get it done.
And do it your way.
Yes.
Do it your
exactly.
way. Even independent artists out there.
Yep.
Don't start following formulas. Trusting your product, trusting what you do, trusting who you are as an artist, and you don't have to do everything the way everybody else is doing it. You know, when I was first coming back in, I was hearing this when you got to do this is what you got to do. You got to do it this way, and you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna listen to wisdom, right? I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody is successful and they giving me advice, then I'm gonna take what I need and I'm gonna use it. But I'm not gonna follow the same exact path that Steel followed or Hash followed or Liv followed. You know, I gotta do Dave, right? Because that's what makes you unique. So, you know, I'm starting to see a little like even independent artists going kind of the same, you know, direction. And the beautiful thing about being independent is that creativity. You know, stay creative, y'all.
Definitely. It's so much you can do, especially with the social media now. It's like literally you are content creators as well. You might as well add that, to the title too. Because I see the content. I'm watching. I see the content on the social media. I see y'all doing it.
Big shout out to all the artists out in East Harlem. UFO. Killing it out there, UFO. The big UFO. He's doing big things out there.
That's dope.
Rock City is out there killing it. Who else we got? Put it in the chat for me. I know my brother's out there, but East Harlem is in the building. Love y'all. Miss y'all. I wish I had some cuchi fritos right now, but I'm on keto, so I can't even eat that.
Oh Lord! Now see, you might do what we were talking about backstage. Are we pulling some food out on Activated? First time ever.
Nobody act funny if I pull a sandwich out my pocket.
No, you good. He might. It's Activated. You never know what's going to happen on Activated. And speaking of which, I can already tell, like going to a live show or Be There Yours, it's going to be dope. I already know. I can just feel that energy. Like, how would you describe like a show? Like, what would we expect coming to like a concert of yours?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. I mean, obviously, bars, hypeness, dope, you know what I'm saying? Move around, make sure. I mean, I learned a lot of the show stages, like I was telling Dave before, when I got hooked up with Strange Music a long time ago. To me, those are some of the dopest performers I've ever seen in my life. They blew me away. And when I watched them, I'm not saying I try to emulate what they do, but I watch what they do and it makes sense of why it was so, you know what I'm saying? So it's really just making sure it's like, obviously when you're speaking, but also with your movements and stuff, and then make sure it just fits, not just standing there or just wilding out or whatever. So I can just say like just proper energy and just make sure it's professional. I really can't say though, but that's all I just try to make sure with that. Dave got to get back on stage and get his feeling back, trying to get it back on. Like I said, he just
I'm on stage every day.
He's on every day.
Nah, still that definitely energy is still be killing it up there. He's being modest, but for me, it's about connecting with the audience, and You know, I'm all about eye contact. I'm all about, you know, being in the mix with the audience. I'm all about them getting involved with the music. You know, you go to too many shows and half of them you don't even understand what cats is saying.
Right.
Or, you know, the audio is trash. And then they just spit for, you know, 10 minutes and expect everybody to just be into it without that audience participation. Audience participation has always been part of hip hop. You know, when you had block parties and, you know, the DJ was up there, you know, everybody was in the mix. That's what created that energy. If you don't got that cohesion with the audience, then the show is going to be whack. So I'm all about, you know, talking to the crowd, being in the mix with them and having them involved in my show. And of course, spitting that raw NYC flavor.
Hey, I've kind of seen like a little bit online, but I know, you know, I would definitely love to attend a show. Like, do you guys have some like booked or like scheduled, like coming up?
With me right now, not yet. I do got a couple guest appearances with Hash that's coming up here. I think next one will be with him is October 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, but then right now I'm in the mix of getting a bunch of projects done. Shows might pop up here and there, so if they do, it's just kind of like on the fly right now and stuff. So that's with me right now. I'm stopping with that, and then once I get these projects done, I'm trying to get on the road with everything. Like I said, I keep mentioning Hash a lot because me and him, we support each other a lot and we roll each other tough. So a lot of shows will do that, but once get Dave incorporated a lot of these shows too, so we're gonna set stuff up. We got something coming up too with the USA thing. Yeah. So we got that one coming up too as well.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah,
A little corporate gig.
Hey,
You know,
that's dope.
Gotta wash our hands first before we.
Oh,
Yo, big shout out to my boy Sleep, my boy, aka Phil, and my boy Gene, the Soul Rebels. We definitely working on some songs right now, so that's definitely going to be a Soul Rebel project down the line. Love you, brother. And I'll be probably in Honduras in about a week and change. And while I'm down there, I want to go ahead and you know, get some footage and, you know, possibly get that video that I want to do while I'm out there. Big shout out to Honduras, everybody in Trujillo. Mi gente in the building. Love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all. Get the brews ready.
hey, yeah. I'd say definitely take advantage of it. You know, get that camera going and, you know, just some visuals. You definitely can.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me.
Yeah, that would be really dope. And then you guys have like we were saying, a lot of music and everything going on. I know there was like a song that, you know, Mike was telling me, you know, about, you know, backstage, you know, with him and Hash. I think you guys are still kind of trying to complete or get a visual going.
Yeah, that one, me and him, I dropped a single. It was called Transparency. I got him on there. Yeah, it was that one and stuff like that. I was going to get the visual done here soon. Schedule-wise, a little past that, but yeah, we can get that done. So, like I said earlier, I was hoping to have that done by now, but not. But we can save that for another promo time or something like that. But yeah, that's coming too. If y'all ain't heard of Transparency, your boy featuring Hash, that's a really dope. It's a little hard one though. It's not like the ones you played earlier. But yeah, this one goes a little harder though.
Yeah.
With that, you know, we had to go kind of with that, you know what I'm saying?
It's dope. I got it on the playlist. It's dope. It's dope. You know, it's definitely dope. It's definitely dope. And you guys have like, I know you got singles, but are you planning on dropping like some EPs, albums, or anything like that?
So the DaveO The Descendant album is done.
Yeah.
I'm actually halfway through the second album. So I'm dropping a song approximately a month and probably 3 days. It's going to be the next single I drop with a video, and then I'm going to drop the album at the same time. So even though I released, you know, a lot of singles, which is unorthodox, before I'm dropping the album, I have enough joints on the album, self-titled DaveO The Descendant, for everyone's listening pleasures. I actually think the bangers, like the bangers, they still on the album. You guys haven't even heard them. So we got some bangers right now, but I got something for you on the album. Of course, Mike mixed down all the joints. He's on a few of them, and Mr. Knox did all the beats on the joint. So he's a monster, y'all. Get at him, Mr. Knox. Yeah. Get at him for real before y'all can't afford him. Last got bars. Get at him.
Yeah.
Get that album. Oof,
And
lethal.
there may be an EP coming from me eventually because I got so many things. But yeah, I'm just really picky with it. But there may be an EP coming. I think that's what happens as a result of when you're actually behind the actual working part. You get so picky
Right.
about the stuff. Like,
He the Korean Dre. Well, yo, listen, if we wasn't around, yo, we still be waiting on like Detox, right? Like, but you know why this dude got whale ears, man? We be in the studio, he be like, "You heard that?" I'm like, "No." What are you talking? He's like, "You don't hear that sound all the way 30 layers back?" I'm like, "Yo, still, you're not gonna use that sound as an excuse not to release the joint. You probably listening to yourself breathing."
Yeah, I'm really picky. Sometimes I got joints. I'm like, no, wait a minute, I got it done, and I'm like, I'll go put it out to see what some other people think. Like, nope.
No. It's
Yeah,
that engineer ear, but you got that engineer's ear, so you have to. I'm sure any little sound you got to pick up on.
yeah, but sometimes though it can be a little bit too picky, and me tells me I got to learn off that. That's why I was like, you know what, I got to chill off that. But I got a lot of stuff, so I may put out like a EP out and stuff like that. I want to make sure it's perfect though, so to do that.
Definitely.
DaveO The Descendant, self-titled, coming to you in about 4 weeks and 3 days. Get ready.
Man, speaking of which, your name, where'd you come up with that? 'Cause that's a dope. Well, both of you, I'm gonna ask you both the question, like your names, very dope, names for sure.
Well, DaveO is, everybody calls me DaveO. Like that's my flesh side, right? DaveO is, that's my name from the beginning. I don't know how it happened. It just happened. And the Descendant is like, that's my MC half. That's where, I'm a descendant of everybody who came before me. Or that's a shout out to all the forefathers who, made this possible. And so I just put, my flesh with kind of like with my spirit, put them together. DaveO The Descendant. Most of like MCs call me. A lot of the serious MCs call me The Descendant, and most of the casual followers and friends call me DaveO. So wanted to give a little bit to both. Shout out to all my peoples.
Nice. What about you, Mike?
So before, like I said before, when I was doing it a lot, it was just steel. It was just steel, and steel's metaphorically for basically what it is. Like, you can never break me. My character's always been solid with everybody who knows me and stuff like that. At the same time, steel can be metaphoric, spit and fire, stuff like that. So it's just all around just fit my character as well with so many ways. Then when I started back in the music, a lot of people started calling me Mike, which is my real first name.
Right.
And so I got used to so many people calling me Mike and Steel. And so I'm like, you know what? And back then too, my music was a little bit different content. It was really more street. Like I said, I was out there a lot.
Right.
And so I figured to rebrand myself in the way I am now. I figured, everybody just keeps saying Mike and Steel. I just put it together, say Mike Steel, and just kept the name. So I kept my real name and then along with my old rap name with that. So just to rebrand myself with that.
I thought you said it was like when they saw Mike, they knew they was gonna get robbed.
No.
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 You two need your own reality show. It's for real. It's hilarious.
But yeah, that's what that's from. So yeah, this is rebranding myself as Mike Steel. So like I said, all my old music is under Steel though. So it's just different.
Gotcha. Hey, I like it. It's like a rebranding and a rebirth. We're all grown and mature now. So hey, that's dope. Yeah. Definitely like how you came up with that. And what is your advice? Both of you kind of being in the game and having the knowledge. What advice would you give to like young people that are trying to get into this industry?
It's a long, dark road. No, I mean that can be true though for a lot, but
yeah,
just understand that every way and no way works. That's what I find out, because it's like everybody always picks up ideas from how they did this and they did this and that they did that. Listen to it, but also understand there's always the one thing with the music, especially with rap. There's always new ways to make it and new way. So keep an open mind with that. So just learn from others and learn from others that are actually doing stuff that they think aligns with you, or even if it's not your type of music, and at the same time start developing your own ideas, and obviously always believe in yourself. But make sure you get your ducks in a row. Start with the basics first. Make sure you got a good producer, dope dope engineers, dope ideas, dope whatever. Don't just kind of like And you gotta start somewhere, but make sure it's at least decent sounding, decent looking at first. Because first impressions is a big thing, obviously. So you don't want to come out with something that sounds horrific and looks kind of whack, and you get judged right off and stuff like that. But that's my big thing. So make sure you invest in that. And that's one thing. Like I said, when Dave restarted this, he asked me a lot because, like he said earlier, he was not in the loop, and that's why I told him. I said no. I said he had other tracks that he wanted to do. I said don't do that. Do this, do that. I don't know everything, but I do know you want to go ahead and take this and not sound and look. So that's why Back in Rhythm is, one of his first ones, saying. So it really came out dope and made him a positive look. So everything else he got coming out, saying is people are gonna look forward to it, saying. So everybody got a real positive response to that, So just make sure but you also grounded with a good team too, because that's one big thing, saying. That's why it's always good to support and everything. Make sure you're grounded with a really solid team, because that goes a long way, and that's hard because it's really hard to find people that try to help you and support you, but they're not actually hating on you too or trying to pull you down and want the spotlight.
Right.
So make sure you find that really solid foundation as well.
Dope. Great advice. And what about you?
You gotta love it. You gotta love it, yo. If you don't love it, if it don't go your way, then you still gonna love it, right? Like being in this game, it's not like anything is guaranteed, right? So when you decide you want to be a recording artist, there's a better chance that you're not gonna make it than you're gonna make it. Let's be honest with that. But if you love it and you don't make it, you always gonna love it, and then it's not gonna break your heart. You're gonna do your best, and it's gonna end up where it's gonna end up. But if you still doing it when you laying in the bed at night and it's then you could live with that. Anyway, I could live with that. But I think if I didn't love this thing like that, I would have never made the comeback, and I would never I would be frustrated right now. Because in your mind you like, yo, I'm nastier than a lot of these cats who are doing their thing. I could eat these MCs, but it's not all about skill level, right? There's it's like ball players. There's a lot of MCs out there right now who are, nastier than most of these industry cats, right? But we don't know about them because they didn't have the love. Maybe they didn't have the love for it that they needed to persevere. And B, this is hard work. Like, it never stops. This is 24 hours a day. If you think that your talent alone is going to get you to the promised land, you bugging. Still said you got to have a team around you, and you got to do this tirelessly, like this young lady right here who doesn't sleep. Samantha don't sleep, y'all, by the way. But you got to do it like her. If you want to be successful in this, it's no different than any other craft that someone is into. You got to put your heart and soul into it, and just because you're nastier than somebody does not mean at all that you're going to make it in this game. So love it and work your wealth.
And that old saying always sticks no matter what. I'm pretty sure we all heard this when we were younger. 90% business, 10% talent.
There you go.
I've seen so much garbage talent make it, but they were about their business, and I ain't mad at them. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Never forget that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly. Good advice. Like you said, you got to keep grinding and pushing it, and you got to love it. And it's going to show. If you're not loving it, then it's not going to come out right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What King Virtue said, grinding. D said resilience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real. Preach, Mike Steele.
Yeah. I've been reading the comments this whole time. I appreciate y'all commenting. Appreciate the love, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate the engagement. That's what Activated is about. We're getting the crowd involved too, because I see a lot of people here got a lot of love for y'all too. That's dope. I love seeing it.
Yeah, I told Steele Steele is the one person in his whole life I know who don't got any enemies, man. Everybody loves Steele. Good peoples, man.
Now it is. That's from past life. I may have some issues.
But now
let's get activated, yo. We in the building. I can't believe we finally here. Show number 85, yo. 85, lucky number. Y'all play that.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy because we booked this like months ago, y'all. I mean, I do book out ahead of time because we, but look, I always make sure, hey, I'm not forgetting about y'all because Mike reached out. I'm telling on Mike. Mike made sure. He's like, we still good?
Yeah, I was tripping out like, well, yeah, like you said, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to get you on the show. Okay, when? September.
Yeah.
Damn, you that far? Crazy. Like, but that's dope though. That means you're busy and you got your stuff going. So, but it kind of tripped me out how far out. As you said, book out.
I know it gets everybody. They're like, dang, but it really like comes quick because I was like, oh, here they go. It's their turn. There we go. So it seems like it's far off, but it really isn't. The way time is just flying.
Oh yeah, especially when you stay busy, things pop up like it ain't nothing. Yeah. So
definitely, and it was perfect timing. With back in rhythm, kind of being out with the momentum. I think it was perfect.
Yeah. Because I think that's when I mentioned to you about him. Like I wanted to put him on because we got this project, and we just really thought this project would be really dope, and everybody loved it. So it was a good timing with it, like you said.
Yeah, and I got to shout out. We have the singer in the building who was singing. Let's give her a shout out.
Hey, listen, how could I forget to shout out the person who put the icing on the cake? Listen, Back in Rhythm ain't Back in Rhythm without Angel on that track. She is a beast. Her voice is incredible. Yeah. And guess what? She all over the DaveO The Descendant debut album. Let's go. Angel, let's go.
That's dope. Everybody got to tap in with her too as well. That's what hip hop is all about. I love it. I love it when bringing the bars, the singing. Hey, it was dope for sure. She did her thing.
Oh yeah.
She did her thing.
And my big shout out to my man Ray Lynch out in East Harlem. Well, he ain't in East Harlem right now, but he's from East Harlem. Connect Management, doing big things. Ray Lynch and New Child out there. He about to drop some new. So pay attention. These dudes, there's a lot of people out there doing big things, man. Appreciate all the energy that getting from other artists and from. I watched like 10 of your shows today. The whole team is crazy. Everybody is spitting. Big shout out to Cool Rock Steve. Let's get this man in the Hall of Fame for real.
For sure. Get him in here. He's watching too. He's watching Activated as well. So, it's just all support all around.
That's one of my heroes from back in the day. So big shout out to him and your whole team just killing it. So now I got like 100 albums I got to listen to over the next week.
Oh yeah, we got so much stuff. Oh, it's so many. It's too many. Thank you, Kim. But it's just so much music. But this is what I love to see. It's like you guys are shouting out people. We have other artists coming in the building here, commenting. This is what it's all about. This is what I wanted to see. Everybody just supporting, connecting. Connecting the dots is great.
One day I'm gonna be like, yo, I was on Let's Get Activated, show number 85. That you know what I mean? Yo, when you have that first billion, don't forget Mike and Dave, all right?
Hey, don't forget, everybody, get everybody, a seat at that big table to eat. I mean, we even got people who have been on the show before that still tap in, like, Mr. Sharif, shout out to you. That's dope. That's really dope. Yeah, you got like King Virtue here. He's a producer and stuff. He was tapping into you guys, right. City the Great. You were just talking about him earlier. He's tapping in. Everybody is tapping in.
Watching him this morning with him and Hash chopping it up. That was good stuff, yo. City the Great. Big up.
They got the live. I had a Finesse Banks in the building. She's a dope female producer. She definitely already said she would like to, get on some work and stuff. So people are tapping in. They networking literally as we speak. Like this in these comments. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yo, go check out Poppy's song. That's a video that I did for my father. Dropped it on Father's Day. Anybody who done had loss in their life, you lost a parent, friend, whatever, that's going to be a joint that you could really relate to. So check out Poppy's song, the visual for that.
I got a few besides that too. Make sure like the behind the scenes, check that one out. Obviously, we got Hash one. Joey Cool from Strange Music on there. He's getting big pretty much. It's kind of crazy how we hooked up with him too. But we had hooked up with him right before he dropped that song with The Rock. That was kind of crazy with that. So, but yeah, make sure y'all check that video out. I got a few videos up there too, so I can't think of the top of my head. Blank. But yeah, go to the channel. Everything I got though is under Mike Steele Music. So everything. So check that too and all that. So
mine's is DaveO The Descendant. Don't separate that E from that O, all right? Remember,
right.
DAVEO right there. Boom.
Right. Right. And you know, the dope thing about, you know, both of their IGs, you guys, it's like they have their link trees up in their bio. I'm a stickler on this. People read the bios, their link trees are there. It's got all of their links. It's so clean. It's so clean.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for always supporting it.
Yeah, for sure.
No, for sure. You know, for sure. And now, you know, I got to ask you guys, you know, always a deep question I like to ask most people too. You know, what legacy do you two want to leave behind?
Go ahead.
I could give you the answer by telling you a little story.
Go ahead.
So,
yeah.
When my father passed away, he was a merchant marine, right? So then he got sick and he got his leg amputated. So he ended up being back home, you know, and his whole life changed, right? He went from making, you know, whatever dough to, you know, trying to make it happen, right? But he was always taking care of people. So he passed away almost like 16 years ago. So when he passed away, I was at the funeral home and I came outside. When I came outside, my boy Jerry was there. We talked for a while. We went down. We had a brew with my boy Chris and somebody else. And then when I came back outside, there was a line going around the block. And when I was walking, like I had people who I never knew was like, yo, you know, this is what your father did for me. This is what your father did for me. This is what your father did for me. Man, I heard stories until 3 a.m. that morning. You know what I'm saying? About things that, you know, my father never talked about. He wasn't one of those people who did something and then wanted the world to know. You know, so his legacy was that, you know, that line around the block and everybody talking about the impact that he had on their life. So that's if my son, when he rolled up to my joint when it's my time, and you know he could have 100 people, 200 people tell him, yo, your pops was good people and he, you know, he did this for me and he looked out and he was, you know, he changed my life, then that's a win. That's all I want. That's DaveO The Descendant legacy, and it don't got nothing to do with music, because at the end of the day, music, you know, is temporary, but you know, legacy is for real. That's forever.
Amen to that.
I guess for myself, just what I do. I've always been told. I guess my biggest, first off, ultimate legacy to kids, my son, my daughter. That's ultimate. I'm pretty sure every parent in their right mind would say that's your legacy right there.
Right.
Just for me as a person, though, I've always, when I always say the support thing, I say that because it's a big thing, and support to help people make great and to do things great, whether it's in life or whether it's in music and everything. That's my biggest thing. I think that's a legacy that I leave behind. I noticed that too prior, like I said, when I got into my legal troubles. And when I was gone, I had to lay down for a second. That was the biggest thing I noticed. A lot of people told me, like the impact that I had on people and what I did for them and help make them great or who they are. You know, I just actually like doing that, but I never realized that. And I think it still continues on. So, you know, Dave, you know, saying whatever he's doing with his music, whether, you know, saying he gets big or not, I know I was something to help motivate him to become that and more and everything else. All the other artists I mess with, I've always done that. And that's my biggest legacy, just be there, you know, saying just to really help people make great, and as well as what I'm trying to do for myself as well, but ultimately with my kids too. Obviously, that's the biggest thing, regardless.
Love it. Both great. Look, great answers, great legacies. You know, everybody's resonating, tapping in on the comments on that too. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing.
All right.
You know, and it shows. You know, I can tell. You know, you two are just two dope kings. You know, and you got some great people supporting you. That's what it's all about.
Always appreciate it. Sometimes it get hard. Sometimes I need that reminder, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we always support each other and remind each other positive.
Definitely positive, you know, affirmations, and just continue to support each other. If somebody's, you know, feeling down, hey, you know, just lift them back up. Is that easy?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Every morning I wake up, I gotta be on point. I spit something whack, my daughter's just gonna smack the hell out of me.
They're gonna tell you.
but not big shout out to my daughters. They actually got writing credits on the album because I finally learned how to balance, right? Like something I couldn't do when I was young. So, you know, I could sit in the living room and write something and spit it and then be like, yo, what you think? And they'd be like, nah, well, you know, that's all right, or you could do this. And, you know, I'm taking advice from a 13 and 16-year-old, but you know, that's the kind of mind you gotta have. You gotta be open to all feedback. So big shout out to my girls. My son Daniel is in Beverly Hills right now. Big shout out. Did I say Daniel?
No.
Yeah.
Big shout out to DJ out in Beverly Hills. That's my hip hop guy right there. Like, you know, he been with me since he was a shorty listening to hip hop. We last show we saw was Rakim the R.
Oh,
That was a dream come true. So big shout out to DJ out there. My son Daniel doing big things on TikTok. He playing ball, going back to school. Big shout out to wifey Tammy. The rock behind it all. You know, holding down his family. You know, making it happen when it all wasn't gravy like that. So, you know, big shout out to my wife Tammy. And who else? Did I shout out everybody? Big sis Donna, I'm bugging. Yo, I know my brother's like, what you doing?
right. Shout them out.
My little brother, Pablo, Paul in the building. Yo, Paul, my bad. Yo, you know I love you. Paul was another dude I went to when I first started on the comeback trail, and he, you know, he had to give me some harsh feedback, and I needed that at the time. So big shout out to my brother, his wifey Ruthie, my nephews, my nieces everywhere. Big sis Donna in the building. Turk, where you at? Yo, if I forgot you, I love you.
Look, I'm trying to prepare you for the Grammy speech. You know, don't forget, you might just have to write all the
They're
people.
gonna have the music playing and all that. Don't worry about me. They're gonna cut me off. You know how I don't got Puff money too. Puff was like, yo, don't worry, I'll pay for that. You saw that?
Yeah.
He was like, I got that, yo. I got that in my pocket. They just gonna have to cut me off.
Man, you know, like just cut it off. But it's dope. It's dope to have, that's dope that you have, all those people to shout out, because that means you really do have a great support system, which not everybody is blessed to have.
Oh, and Mama G, Mommy, I'm sorry, Mom. I know you're not watching, but this will be the one time you are. Love you, Mom. Mm-hmm. That's my heart and soul right there, Mommy. She's still out in the East Harlem. She won't leave the barrio for nothing. So she holding it down for the fam out there.
See there, look, put it this way: if she don't watch the live, she can still watch it after the fact, because it's still gonna be. So you're gonna have to send Mama that link. Be like, Mom, you gotta watch. You gotta watch.
Be like, esto, ¿qué tengo que hacer con eso? You see how I flipped it? Ooh.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you flipped it. You did.
I know half the audience is like, what?
Oh gosh, man. What about you, Mike? I know you got some shout outs too.
Man, he took all the spotlight. No, let me just top of my head, like I said, Ian Knox, producer, check him out, Mr. Knox on the beat. Obviously, I'm always boy Hash, Vinny T. That's how me and him hooked up with him, my boy Vinny T. Knowledge out there, getting down with the two.
Yeah.
Just even going back, my homeboy, like I said, worked for Cali Roots, my homeboy Solo. Me and him we were doing music together from back in the day, and we really was getting down and dirty from, from the bottom and stuff like that. So that's one of my brothers from the beginning and stuff like that. So Solo, Liquid Assassin. I don't know, if you listen to a lot of underground music and stuff like that, he was really big. He was signed to Strange Music one time, but he was the reason why I hooked up with a lot of underground cats. I'll never forget him. Liquid Assassin, dope artist, dope. He kind of chilled out for a second, but that boy just rapid fire spit really dope. My homeboy Blizz, he's the one that taught me how to work the studio stuff and gave me the opportunity. Can't forget that. Let me see, it's top of my head.
You better shout your mama out.
Mama out. My kids' moms, shout them out. They've always been there supporting me. It's crazy and stuff like that. And speaking of his kids, my son's trying to lay stuff down. He's sending me stuff, and I'm like, "Is this you?"
Nice.
And I couldn't believe how good he sounded. Like, man, like I'm kind of jealous. That boy. So I'm thinking about when we put him on a hook or something like that. The kid is, So Yeah, he's pretty dope. But, just so many people. I've run across so many people in my life and stuff. So I can't even think right now at the moment, you know. So, but hopefully I got, you know, don't take no offense. Anybody forgot you. I'm sorry. My bad. I can't think about it.
I'll get the rest ones. Yo, everybody in Cali, how could I forget Moms, Pops, Tanisha, what? The Dervo. Who else is out there? Of course, my Brizzle TJ in the building. He been commenting. He goes by Teddy. Tammy's out there watching now. So yeah, everybody out in Cali, much love. I was out there for a long 10 years, and you know, met a lot of friends out there, and my family's out there too. So much respect to everybody in Cali. Love y'all. See y'all soon. And I think that's it.
He said he think that's it. He said,
oh, yeah, all my co-workers, if y'all in the building watching, you know how I feel about y'all. Let's go. Best co-workers in the building. It's nice to be able to, you know, have good co-workers when you're trying to do this hip-hop thing, because you got to do both. You got to pay the bills. And until hip-hop is fully paying the bills, I'm at the JOB. So all my people's at the JOB, much love to y'all. And thank you for supporting.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I'll tell you, this has definitely been an incredible, you know, conversation. Not even an interview. This has been a dope conversation, you know, an episode of just building, you know what I mean? Just positive energy. I love it. You know, it's definitely a big salute to both of you. I'm very humbled, you know, not only for you guys being on, but just for you guys sharing and, you know, promoting and, you know, just getting your people to tap in. You know, I appreciate it. And of course, everybody here that's watching now and who will watch later, truly appreciate it.
Well, you make it easy, Samantha. So thank you.
Appreciate you, and also showing us out to all your peoples too as well. So appreciate that. It's always love.
All right.
No, of course, you know.
Let's get activated.
Yeah.
Yo, subscribe to Let's Get Activated right now. Yo, listen, when we say subscribe, just hit that button right now while you're watching, yo. This program and this platform is special. And you know, y'all, if you love hip hop and you love entrepreneurship and you love seeing, you know, this Black woman doing her thing and representing for the culture and representing for the art, you need to subscribe right now, for real. Let's get activated.
Wow, that means a lot, man. I might have to have you do some of my promos, man.
I got you. I'll do it for a sandwich.
Just clip him out and just put him on all your make a commercial. There you go.
Man.
What's up? Yeah.
Man, truly appreciate it. You know, and everybody, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, we're on CertifiedNationEntertainment.com, and you know I'm gonna drop it on the IG too. So we're y'all about to be everywhere. Yeah. Yep. On the TikTok, you know, and you don't stop.
You don't stop. You look right, automatic.
Right.
You say TikTok.
Thank you.
You know, half the audience was like, you don't stop.
Yeah, and see, look, the audience got to get activated with us too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta, you know, enjoy the activation. You know, thank you so much, people. Appreciate you. Deron Johnson in the house, classmate from back in the day. Everybody tapped in. That's dope.
All right.
Look at Hash. No, Hash always got to say
That's
something.
Right, Hash.
Yeah.
Subscribe, all of us. Let's get activated. Hash got bars. Mike Still Music. DaveO The Descendant. Who else? Everybody, all the artists.
The Freedom Team Knowledge.
Yeah, everybody.
The Connect.
Yep.
Listen.
Definitely.
Subscribe, everybody. All shit.
Definitely. We got their IGs right here. Follow their IGs and go to their link trees, because their YouTube, all their information where you can follow, stream, buy, keyword buy music. I keep promoting that, buy the music. It's all there.
All right.
Oh, one more other thing too, recent.
Yeah.
Subscribe to my boy, That Singer Reactions. I just recently hooked up with him. That brother's been showing me a lot of love lately. It's kind of dope. Like, you know, there's a lot of YouTube reactors reacting to music and stuff like that. He has a really big platform, and me and him just linked up and stuff. He's been showing a lot of love. So his name is That Singer Reactions. He's the one I posted with that stuff like that. And he's pretty dope. Honest brother, though, a really good guy too. So I just want to give him a shout out.
He did a review on that Back in Rhythm. So check that review out, y'all. If it was trash, I would tell you not to watch it, but you know.
I'm gonna definitely check it out and definitely tap in with, you know, into him. And you guys, you guys are always welcome back. You're always welcome back on that.
Do another one.
You know,
I'll see you tomorrow.
You know, he said, I see tomorrow. He said, dang, you try to have, look, for Activated Thursday to Activated Friday.
Good looking King Virtual.
Yeah, good looking to everybody. Look, we'd be here an hour if I was dropping everybody's names, but everybody know I love them. They know I got love for them. They know we love them. But, you know, before we go, you know, we got to play that back in rhythm again, you know, one more time for the crowd to close it out. That way, if they missed it in the beginning, you know, they can catch it now. What do you guys think?
Do that. Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, now any, you know, because since you guys didn't get the opportunity when it started, you guys want to do any introduction to it, you know, before we play that?
Just introduction was just get back in rhythm.
Yeah,
back in rhythm with the music. DaveO The Descendant featuring Mike Steele and Angel. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, check it out. It's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Got a little mix with a little old and a little new, and that was the purpose of it, to make sure, you know what I'm saying, with hip hop back in this period.
Johnny Rockets on the visual, Ian Knox on the beat.
Yep.
Let's go. Back in rhythm. Everybody get back in rhythm. When you wake up, get back in rhythm.
Yeah, or you're lost without it. Feel lost without the music, so get back in rhythm.
Hey, that's a great introduction. So we're about to get activated on Back in Rhythm. You know, peace and love to everybody. Let's go.
Singing my song and feeling like I'm myself again. My song and feeling like I'm myself again.
Full steam ahead to the game as I charge. To make my way, give me space cause I launch. And taking off like a vacation, I'm gone. And dedicated, moving forth, no chasing bars. But I'll put me first, the second I entered, I run it. I crawl before I walk the border, step in the mess in the mud, in the dirt, the worst, the journey curse. But the blessings kept coming, the Libra, find and balance out the whole. Just fell into judges, haters love to see it fail. Giving none the satisfaction, they can learn to swallow pride. Since they mouth open wide, never proud. When I get angry, uppercut them, they keep jabbing. But the time to live a punch is where the hook control the mind. That's writing my song, could be writing some wrongs, but I'm writing my song. When I'm writing some wrongs, if I put up the mic, I'm torn. So I stood up as I performed. I should have been like reward to something good if your life is norm. Y'all can look at the lightning storm, frightening sugar, the frightening war. And all of you non-believers finally seeing the truth like word is born. Read the minute of chapter, page of the paper, swinging the mighty sword, flipping the scripture rhythm. I hit the beat, you're feeling me strike a chord. The realest with life, was cinema like, through pitiful strife and poor. Pay the criminal price, spending the nights, one quarter of the time some more. Now vision the light and you're feeling the vibe. My lyrical mind is giving me fight, invisible light. Symphony high and risen, the heights to soar.
I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. Singing my song and feeling like I'm myself again. My song and feeling like I'm myself again.
I was in the darkness, looking for that spark hit. That's like wool rubbing on the carpet, don't start lit. Mad as shit, heartless, rhythmless, heartless. Piece of a puzzle with no puzzle, still regardless. Chew through the muzzle, guzzled everything, I'm heartless. Give me anything and I'm the pain, my soul is starving. Marvin asked for mercy, so who am I to pardon? 2-4 on the jersey, ain't when I'm feeling swervy. 2 when I'm feeling worthy, legacy too early. Like Big Game James, first step, real dirty. Wig got stuck, now I'm delirious like Murphy. Brought to the core, living off his grace and mercy. Pain I adored, made the water dark and murky. Cain I secured, made the ones who hate me thirsty. I'm of the world and earthly, when back in rhythm stirred. Let them hit them like the R, I can alive, my algorithm is my God. Knowledge, I possess my wide. Acknowledge I'm a lightning rod. My name not time, but ladies love me, babies hug me. The 80s called me, said they want their swag back. Sorry, you can't have that. It's how I found my way back. Since way back, when G was on the track, banging lunch tables. Sleep in peace, my friend, till we meet again, I run the table. Cain and Abel, very able, blood screams for resurrection. Longing for a real connection, walking in the right direction.
I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. I get lost when I get off beat. I can't feel myself alone. Find my way when I get on beat. Feel like I'm myself again. Singing my song and feeling like I'm myself again. My song and feeling like I'm myself again.